Not long after, a roasted human thigh steak appears on the table. You cut the human steak into a size that fits your mouth and put a piece into your mouth. In the snowstorm, several policemen who are lying in ambush chase after you. You ignore them and keep running forward. That is an artwork made of the human body, not a human being. We're gonna get the killer to fall in love with us. You're both holding the surgical knife like you two are cutting a cake together. But you are not an ordinary person. You are as cold-blooded and emotionless as him. You become his favorite work. You are with him forever in the form of art. Got it.
Good girl. You're learning fast.
Second ending, you're not even good enough to be material. Ah! The unstoppable pain makes you fall towards the snow in front of you. As more bear traps are triggered, you are no longer you. You are an unrecognizable piece of flesh. Hello everyone, my name is undeadjinx, and welcome to Bloody Painter Dating Sim. I think there are like 6 good endings, and 1 bad ending. Oh wait. Okay, we have to change the language. Oh. Content warning. This game is not suitable for children. You agree that you are at least 13 years of age. This game contains some graphic scenes of violence. General content warnings for realistic gore, jump scares, starvation, realistic depictions of graphic violence, auditory gore, murder, death, dismemberment, graphic self-decapitation, and realistic severed head. In the game, players can easily die. If you encounter a murderer, please call the police first. It's unrealistic to develop a romantic relationship with a murderer. Facts. This is a romance game. Also, I forgot what I was gonna say, but anyways, with a severe headache, you wake up in an unfamiliar place. As you touch the bruise on the back of your head, it seems you were hit by something heavy before you lost consciousness. A heavy iron chain tied around your feet. Someone has trapped you here. You try to remember what happened before you lost consciousness, but you can't recall anything. Let's investigate the surroundings first. Meal. Near the door, there's a serving of spaghetti with tomato sauce and a bottle of water. Also, a round plastic fork that's completely harmless was thoughtfully attached. It's still warm. It feels like they sent me up here not long ago. Where to investigate next? Cell phone? No signal. It might be in a remote place or underground, or I might be. Where to investigate next? Mattress! There's a mattress on the floor. The mattress feels really hard to lie on. Door? You peek through the keyhole, but you see nothing outside. I wonder where I am. Interesting. Wall? The room is surrounded by 4 walls without any windows. It's weirdly cleaned up, and no ashes or sand can be seen. Why would there need to be ashes or sand? Looks like a prison built by a germaphobe. Where to investigate next? Oh, I think they meant like dust. There's no dust around, maybe. We've done everything. Yes. What's the next move? Yell for help, listen, knock over meal, sleep. Let's just listen. You can't hear any sound other than your own breathing. The soundproofing in this room seems particularly good. Ugh, let's just sleep. Yeah, let's just sleep. Well, I mean, what else are we gonna do? Yelling's not gonna do anything. You lay on the bed. You try to sleep under this condition. Maybe it's the fatigue caused by nervousness, but you still fall asleep. Oh yeah, also, I was gonna say, maybe I'll try to find 1 good ending and 1 bad ending, and then leave the rest for you guys to figure out. You open your eyes after hearing some noise. Oh, hello. I like the little smile. A tall man wearing a mask, he's wearing a mask, is squatting on the ground and looking at you with his head tilted. He remains silent, as if he is sizing up his prey. He points to the plate on the floor, like indicating that you should finish your meal quickly. Thinking that the strange man might have poisoned the meal, you shake your head in fear. Seeing you have no intention of eating, he looks quite distressed.
You can't die.
Voice acting!
Not now.
He slowly speaks with a deep and steady voice.
The freezer is full.
What does that mean?
The freezer is full, and there's no space for more.
I got it.
7 days.
He pauses and thinks.
There won't be space until 7 days later. If you die now, you'll rot.
What do you mean? So I only have 7 days left to live? He nods and walks out the door. Wait, you can't just leave me here like this, please. Your cries can't stop the door from closing. Let's investigate the surroundings first. Jesus. Okay, I guess we'll eat our food. A bread and a bottle of water. Oh, okay, we can't eat it. You peek outside from the keyhole. You see the shadow of the man walking around, seems to be busy with something. What is he doing? Can we investigate the door again? Oh, no, he's just doing the same thing. I guess we'll go to sleep. I don't know. Please try to improve your survival rate within 7 days. Oh, okay. Let's investigate. Okay, wait. So actually, I want to see what happens if we maybe do die. You check the keyhole. You seem to see something. You see there's a vague figure at the end of the door. Let's observe quietly. You sense something wrong and realize what that is after narrowing your eyes. That is an artwork made of the human body, not a human being. Oh. Ah! You hear the door open. You slowly push the door, and there's no trace of the strange man. First, you go into a room with a large freezer, sink, and operating table. Then you open another heavy door. You find yourself in a room full of glass display jars. The jars are filled with specimens made from human body parts. It's like you're in an art museum. Could it be that he wanted to freeze me as material for his specimen artwork? Whoa, these are freaky. You're thinking, you seeing this scene. Okay, so if we are to, I don't know, now that we're here, I kinda wanna see what happens if we can try and survive. So let's admire the artworks. We're gonna get the killer to fall in love with us. You look around and admire his work with, I don't remember what it said. You look at them for 15 minutes straight. You hear a voice coming from the corner. It turns out the man has been watching you from a blind spot behind the glass cabinet. I like them. They're so beautiful. The man goes silent with his head tilted for a couple of seconds after hearing your comment. He seems to be thinking about something.
Don't you consider it cruel or bloodthirsty to them?
No, I feel nothing at all.
You're such a weirdo.
I'm the weirdo! You think, aren't you talking about yourself? Whoa, what was that? After you have a tour in his display room, he locks you back in the small room you were in. You go to sleep and end the day. Your survival rate increases. I knew it. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You're waiting for him to bring dinner, but what you get is not dinner. Instead, you hear the door was opened. A light shines through the crack of the half-open door, looking like an intriguing invitation. You open the door and walk into that light. You first arrive at the room with the operating table outside the door, but this time, the operating table is not empty. There's a defrosted human corpse on it. The man pops out of somewhere. He unties the iron chains from your feet and hands the surgical knife in his hand to you.
First, where do you think the first cut should be?
His voice tone sounds cold, like the kind of teacher who gives students hard questions on purpose. I don't know. I'm thinking about stabbing the corpse, but what if he doesn't like that? Like, I don't know. Let's just stab it. Maybe beautiful works always comes with some sacrifices. Without hesitation, you stab the abdomen of the corpse with the knife. But due to lack of professionalism, the lines you cut are crooked and ugly. I knew it. And this is when he gets close behind your back and holds your hand. You're both holding the surgical knife, like you two are cutting a cake together. With his hand, the lines you cut become smooth and clean. What the hell? You can smell an ocean perfume on him. Due to how close you are, it seems to be sprayed to cover up the smell of formalin. What the fuck? You can feel his warmth with your back, but his fingers are a little cold. He's focusing on cutting the corpse, and your hands keep moving under his lead. He could have killed you or ignored you, but he didn't. You start to speculate on the purpose of his behaviors. Could it be that he wants someone who can ignore the cruelty in process and understand him? You think. After the happy creative time ends, you're locked in the room you were in. You go to sleep to end the day. Oh, we're just gonna starve, I guess. Day 4, noon. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You notice that something is shining at the corner. A key! It seems like the man accidentally dropped it last night. You open the door with the key. You go past the operating table where you two spent creative time together last night. The display room. Then you discover that there are unnatural, uneven marks from one wall to the corner. You find a trapdoor. After pushing on the trapdoor, you see a normal basement storage room. At the corner of the storage room, you see a stair that goes up. It turns out that this is really an underground secret room, hidden layer by layer with trapdoors. No wonder the sound insulation is so good. You walk up the stairs and see a heavy wooden board. You push it hard. What catches your eye is the interior of a cozy cabin. Then you realize the heavy wooden board you just pushed is the back of a bookcase. You look around and find that there are insect specimens everywhere in the cabinet, and there is also a reindeer head specimen hanging on the wall. Then you walk into the living room. Maskless! You see a young man with a handsome face and pale skin lying on the sofa. The ocean-scented perfume and the faint smell of formalin emanates from his body. It's him! He's the masked man who kidnapped you, but he's not wearing a mask at this time. His sleeping face has a ferocious expression. His neck is sweating and he seems to be trembling. It looks like he's sick. At this time you decide to, well, we've come this far. We might as well stay and take care of him. You can't bear to leave him alone, so you reach out and touch his forehead. Whoa, so hot. You try to find something that can cool him down. Let's investigate. Kitchen? The kitchen is spotlessly clean. Fridge. There are some ice cubes in it. These can cool down his body temperature. Cabinet. You find some clean towels in the kitchen cabinet. I can soak a towel in ice water and place it on the patient's head to cool him down. Okay. Yes. The living room is spotlessly clean. Where to investigate next? That's what I figured. Oh. Photo frame. There's a photo frame on the shelf. It's a photo of him standing at the entrance of the Judicial Mental Hospital with a man in a doctor's robe. Where to investigate next? Specimens. H, C, or H-O? It feels like he did them all. The workmanship of these specimens is exquisite. Shelf. Cocoa powder. There's a jar of cocoa powder and a cup on it. Let's make him a cup of cocoa. Oh. Are we doing all these things already? Bookcase. You find some of his profile files in the bookcases. Name, Helen Otis. Gender, male. Birthday, October 1st, 1980. Where to investigate next? The sofa. You don't... Oh, I already... Wait. Okay, I meant to do... I think the man. His expression is for... Oh, we already did that. Okay. He's still having a fever. Shelf, bookcase. Did we do... I don't know. I'm gonna end the investigation. End it. Yes. You return to the living room, wring out the excess water from a towel you soaked in ice water and placed it on his forehead. His ferocious expression gradually softened. You once again notice his fair skin and long eyelashes and his slightly curly black hair. If you don't say he's a murderer, his sleeping face looks very harmless now. After a while, he's like, oh shit. He wakes up to the scent of your brewing cocoa and sits upon the couch. He looks a little shocked. He looks around quickly and seems to understand what is going on.
Why are you doing this?
I want to ask myself that too.
You saw me faint and didn't choose to run away. You're such a weirdo.
Is there anyone weirder than you in this house? You can't help but bitch about him. You seem to see the corners of his mouth rising slightly for a few seconds, and the atmosphere between you relaxes. He doesn't drink the cocoa you brewed for him. It seems that he is still a little wary of you. Can you tell me who you are?
Bloody Painter. That's the name they gave me for my modus operandi. If you find it difficult to pronounce, you can call me BP.
Even though what he told you was just a nickname, at least you know what to call him now. After the brief conversation on the sofa, he does not lock you back in the underground secret room. Perhaps staying to take care of him when he fell ill was enough to prove that you won't run away. You get up from the sofa and continue to look at the specimen decorations in the living room. He sits on the sofa, crosses his legs, picks up a book, and starts reading.
By the way, you better not try to escape. There are traps all around the cabin, and only I know how to get in and out safely.
Oh, so maybe it's a good thing that I didn't try to leave. Although I do kind of want to know. What would happen if we tried to escape? You sit on the sofa. Soon, a wave of sleepiness comes over you. Today, you fall asleep on the sofa in the living room, not in the cold underground secret room. Your survival rate increases. Day 5, morning. You see him busy cleaning in and out of the house early in the morning. I'll come help too. After finishing speaking, you pick up the rag and bucket and join the cleaning. But you can't really see where this almost spotless house needs to be cleaned. You're just taking a clean wet rag and wiping it on the clean cabinet. Do you usually love cleaning this much?
It would soon be covered with a layer of dust.
Oh, it must be cleaned like this 1 or 2 times a week, otherwise it would soon be covered with a layer of dust. Although he doesn't talk much, his tone and voice give you a gentle feeling and don't make you feel nervous. You climb up the short ladder and wipe the high cabinets with a rag. Suddenly, a cockroach crawls out from a crack in the cabinet. You're so frightened that you lose your balance and fall backwards. You close your eyes. Does he catch us? But what you get is not the pain of falling to the ground, but a warm feeling. Oh my gosh, he caught us. You open your eyes and find that he's holding you like you're a princess. He catches you with the same old cold expression on his face.
Are you alright?
Perhaps to resolve the awkwardness, he asks. I'm alright, it was just a cockroach. Hearing the word cockroach, he puts you down. He takes 2 steps back from the cabinet you just wiped and then says calmly,
Don't come near here yet.
Why?
It's dangerous.
You can't help but chuckle at the thought of a murderer being afraid of cockroaches. Fine, whatever you say. The interaction just now makes you feel a little warmth for this cold murderer. At least you see more of his reactions and expressions. This is the rare relaxation you have felt in these tense days. He could have let you fall off the ladder, but he rushed over to catch you. Somehow, you feel that after these few days of getting along, maybe now you both can have different ideas about each other than you originally had. It was only a clear relationship between a murderer who wanted a hunt, and a prey who was trying to escape. But now it has an extra layer of friendship, causing the interaction between you to have an indescribable sense of dissonance. Just when you pick up the old newspaper and prepare to wipe the windows, you find a police car parked on the road in the distance. 2 police officers get out of the car and keep looking towards the cabin. At some point, BP is already behind you looking out the window with you.
Wait for a second.
And then he walks out of the door to talk to the police officers.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you Mr. Otis?
Yes, I am.
Have you ever seen these people around here? The police officer takes out some photos from his pocket.
Have these people committed a crime and are running away?
No, these people are missing people around this area.
I haven't seen them before, but wolves and bears often appear around here.
Can we check out your cabin?
Yes, come in.
BP behaves very kindly and politely. After speaking, he leads the way for the police officers.
Please, follow my footsteps. I placed some traps near the cabin to protect against wild wolves and bears. You don't want to step on them.
Oh my gosh. The police officers enter the house and see you. Hello, this is...
An old friend who came to visit me recently.
You greet the police officers with a smile and a nod. At the same time, a police officer quickly looks through the missing person's photos and hands. Then he puts the photo back into his pocket. It seems that your disappearance has not been discovered by anyone yet. You stand next to the bookcase blocking the entrance to the secret room. After searching around, the police find nothing unusual and leave. His trust in you increases. Today you still sleep on the couch in the living room instead of in the cold basement. Half asleep, you hear the sound of someone approaching. When you notice it, the person seems to be very close to you. You pretend to be asleep, and the person just looks at your sleeping face quietly. The man stretches out his hand and takes it back just as he is about to touch your hair. He turns around and leaves. Well, day 6 morning. You see him busy in the kitchen for a while. Then breakfast is served in front of you. There is a piece of toast with the right crispiness on a large round plate, a poached egg on top of the toast, and some lettuce salad. That looks good as fuck. The plate looks delicious. The drink is a cup of freshly brewed hot cocoa. The cutlery he gives you is a round plastic fork with no offensive features. You sit at the dining table and start eating, while he sits on the chair opposite you and flips through a book. It's still snowing outside, and listening to the squeaking sound of the fireplace, the atmosphere in the cabinet is particularly comfortable. As long as you ignore the fact that you are in the same room with the murderer who kidnapped you, everything is really relaxing. You look at him, who is full of mysteries, and some questions arise in your mind, and you decide to ask carefully. Can I ask you a question?
What is it?
What book do you usually
Usually,
read?
I would read some anatomy and taxidermy books, but today is different.
What are you reading
The
today?
Truman Show.
Oh? I didn't realize that was a book. What is the book like?
The whole world that the protagonist lives in, including himself, is all just someone's creation. Everything that happens is watched by the audience, and there is no privacy at all. But he is completely unaware that he is in such a large theater. Very ridiculous, right? I can't imagine this to happen in reality, or to me. If our world was like the Truman Show, how would the audience view the current situation?
Is this for our situation? Should we say excited or unforgivable?
Excited? Why?
They may be attracted by your charm and want to be killed by you.
Incomprehensible. But what a bunch of weirdos with good taste.
It's hard to tell from his poker face whether he's seriously boasting or joking. You ask bravely. He looks up at you for a
I
moment.
was going to make you into some kind of doll at first. Your eyes are beautiful, but if they are left alone, they'll become rotten and sunken. So I would like to dig your eyes out and put them in a glass jar and soak them in formalin to preserve them. Glass beads will be placed in the empty eye sockets to replace the eyes. You look very pleasing to the eye, so I would also like to keep the head intact.
Thanks for the
You're
compliment. Why did he say at first? Has his mind changed? You're curious, but you don't have the guts to ask any further. Well, let's just pick up the book next to us and read it. You pick up the book next to you and start flipping through. It's a book about the possibility of having a completely opposite version of yourself in a parallel world. If there's a complete opposite version of you, what do you think it would be like?
Oh, that book. Let me think. Probably a guy wearing a burgundy coat and always having a smile on his face.
Why is it a burgundy coat?
Because I like blue. If he is the opposite of me, he should like red,
I
right?
suppose, yeah. Okay, I'm done. Day 6, noon. It's noontime. To thank you for making breakfast for me today, let me make lunch in return. He looks so unimpressed. He frowns at you with an expression like, are you out of your mind? Don't worry, you said there are traps outside the house, only you know how to get in and out normally. Even if I resist you with the knife, I can't escape.
Okay, but I'll keep an eye on you. Don't try anything stupid.
Great! As for what to cook and the ingredients, well, a bad idea flashes through your head, and curiosity makes you ask, do you eat human flesh?
No, why would I do that? I just use human bodies as materials for making art, and I never think about eating them.
I thought you murderers all had some degree of cannibalism.
Let's put it this way. Do you eat paint and painting tools? Just because I kill people to use as materials to make works doesn't mean I will eat them. Also, I'm different from those who have fun committing a crime and kill purely for the sake of killing. Don't confuse me with that kind of unprincipled guy. I wouldn't do anything unless necessary.
Okay, Dexter.
You are here only because you witnessed the crime scene.
I see. After hearing this, you decide to cook a human meat dish? What? Where would we even? Oh my gosh. Okay. I want to know now what happens if we get this far and can cook a human meat. You look at the ingredients in the refrigerator. There are eggs, tomatoes, white rice, and some curry powder on the shelf. Okay, I've decided. You turn on the oven and start to cook. BP watches the entire production process. Rather than worrying about you escaping, he's more worried about you blowing up the kitchen. Soon after, a normal curry omelet rice was served. He stares at the omelet rice without saying a word. Don't worry, there's no poison. Weren't you watching the whole process? He starts to move after you finish speaking. He takes a spoonful of omelet rice and puts it in his mouth. What do you think?
It's surprisingly quite delicious.
Thank you. What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just that no one has cooked for me for a long time.
I can make you more if you like. You had a fairly pleasant afternoon. Day 6, late at night.
Hey!
What? You're woken up from your sleep by the man. Why are you standing so close to me? His face is close to you, and his blue eyes are staring at you. What's wrong? You sit up on the couch and rub your eyes.
Got to go.
Gotta go?
I've noticed something unusual about the number of police cars patrolling nearby recently. They must have some relevant evidence and are doubting it. It is very likely there is an ambush outside.
Oh.
It's snowing heavily outside now, and I think it's time to leave now. Come with me or not. It's your choice.
Okay. Whoa! Cool, it gives us a chance to save! Okay, so let's see what happens if we go with him. What do you want me to do? I'm fine with both choices, but I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me. What do you prefer me to do? You stare at his eyes.
I prefer...
He hesitates to speak and looks away, looking like he's thinking about something. We hold his hands! Your behavior makes him a little panicked, and he doesn't seem to be good at this kind of situation. You notice that his ears are flushed, and his unexpected reaction makes you want to tease him a little bit. What do you prefer me to do?
prefer...
After a moment of silence, he slowly speaks.
That you come with me.
He tries hard to look you in the eyes and speaks his thoughts.
We'll set off early tomorrow morning.
Day 7. Oh. So now I kind of want to know what happens if we
footsteps.
don't hold his hand. You follow the shoe prints he leaves on the snow and finally succeed in avoiding the many traps around the cabin. Just as you are walking through the forest, you hear movement behind you. Freeze! In the snowstorm, several policemen who are lying in ambush chase after you. You ignore them and keep running forward. Oh! Bang! A gunshot shoots across the sky and you feel a pain in your left calf. You are shot. He turns to look at you as if he's considering whether to leave you. Run! You yell at him, but he approaches you. Oh, he picks us up and carries us, and he holds you in his arms. You feel a warmth on your forehead. He kisses your forehead. Are you about to die together? You feel time freezes at this moment. The kiss is almost like a goodbye. Then he leaves you and runs forward, disappearing into the heavy snow. What the fuck? You are later taken back to the police for questioning. You say throughout the process that you were a victim. On that note, you're not lying. You don't reveal any unnecessary details. Since there is no relevant evidence to prove that you are an accomplice, the police can only release you after a long period of interrogation. Shit, yeah, I'd be like, I had to do what I had to do. I was trying to get this guy to like me so that I could get away. Because he said there are traps outside, and I didn't want to die. After that, 2 years passed. Now you live in a cheap little apartment. You live an ordinary life as if what happened 2 years ago never happened. Today is Halloween, and every household nearby has put some thought into making decorations. But for you, it's just another day at work. When you return here to your apartment after getting off of work in the evening, the strange thing is that as soon as you open your door, you feel a gust of wind. You remember that you closed the window before going out. Just when you're about to close the window, a rose. You find a gift left by someone on the table next to the windowsill. A red rose. You don't know why, but you have a feeling that BP has been here. Every Halloween after that, you receive a rose at your residence. It's like a once-a-year greeting. Although he says nothing, the rose seems to tell everything. Although you have certain similarities, you are two people from different worlds, after all. Perhaps living your own life this way is the best outcome for both of you. I think this is one of the good endings. Yeah, good ending. 4-2 different worlds. Okay. Let's go ahead and load into this one. And we're gonna stay. Actually, wait, let's go with him. And then when the timer thingy happens, I'm gonna do the other one. Do nothing.
If I take you with me, you might become a burden in the process. But if I don't take you, it will be even worse if you reveal my information to the police.
He calmly analyzes the
So
situation.
you might as well come with me.
Okay. Well, now I wonder what happens then. I feel like he's not
Follow my
gonna...
footsteps.
He's not gonna save us. You ignore them, keep running, bang. He turns to look at you, he approaches you. I guess he still picks us up. He holds you in his arms, then you feel a pain in your back. Wow, the hand he is holding around you from behind has a sharp blade! He pierces your body with that sharp blade over and over again until you lose consciousness! Everything becomes dark. Wow. Until now you realize that you chose to follow because... Wait, what? He and I are the same kind? What's going on? What's happening? You wake up from a nightmare and you are lying on a comfortable bed. What's going on? You look around and find yourself in a cozy-looking room with specimens hanging on the walls.
Are you alright?
The man asks as he opens the door. I'm alright. 2 years after that night 2 years ago, even after you were shot in the leg, the two of you continued to run forward in the snow. Fortunately, the wind and snow were strong enough to cover up your whereabouts, so you were caught up. After that, you came to another remote mountainous area and rented another cabin to settle here.
I heard someone talk very frequently in her sleep.
I was just having a nightmare. What? I'm confused. Did he stab us? He sits on the edge of the bed and strokes your chest, his forehead touching yours gently.
Don't worry. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing more dangerous than me here.
He is right. If you are just an ordinary person, you should be worried about the murderer living under the same roof as you now, rather than a nightmare. But you are not an ordinary person. You are as cold-blooded and emotionless as him. You two are equally evil, but this makes you both find a sense of belonging in each other. Living with the others made him feel uncomfortable at first, but living with a crazy person like him doesn't make him feel uncomfortable. Because you can always quickly know what the other person is thinking, and you also know clearly where the other person's boundary is. You live under the same roof, but you don't interfere with each other. He continues to commit crimes, and you sometimes participate on a whim. You have each other by the short hairs, and you know that if you expose each other's crimes to the public, then you will be finished too. So you more or less cover each other. You have a strange symbiotic relationship where you sometimes dislike each other, and sometimes deceive each other. But you also have absolute trust in each other. Two madmen keeping each other company. Good ending. 4. Oh, 4 of 4. Oh! Okay, so I think there's 4 good endings and 6 bad endings. And we've gotten 2 of the good endings. Okay, time to see what happens if we stay. We choose to stay. I want to stay and live a normal life. You think that this crazy journey should not go on anymore.
Okay, I understand.
Suddenly, his face slowly moves closer to you. Just when he's about to touch you, he takes a piece of cloth and covers your mouth and nose hard. After struggling hard for 2 to 3 minutes, your consciousness gradually becomes blurred. Oh. When you open your eyes, you're back in the basement again. You are tied to a chair and you can't move your body. You try to break free, but you fail. The rope is tied very firmly. You hear someone's footsteps getting closer to the door. The door opens. He walks in slowly, holding something behind his back. He moves closer and closer to you until he's at your ear. You can hear his breathing and your own heartbeats. You close your eyes out of fear. You can feel that he's scratching your skin softly with the back of a knife, and the cold metal stimulates your nerves. His palm is touching the back of your neck through his glove, as if he's studying your face and thinking about where to cut it. Fear boils inside of you, and tears filling your eyes unconsciously. Suddenly, he fiercely holds the back of your neck, forcing you to look him in the eyes. He slowly speaks with a soft tone in your ear.
If you stay here, you might reveal my information to the police. The risk of keeping you alive is too high. But even if I say I want you to come with me, a normal person like you will leave me one day, eventually.
Oh, so I wonder if that's what happens if we just say that we want to follow him, which I forgot is something we also have to do.
I quite like you, and if it's you, I would like to turn you into a work and put you somewhere. I can see you every day. It's you who made me realize that I might be more selfish than I thought. Don't worry. I'll saw your head off as material for artwork and visit you every day. Thank you for spending these few days with me. I felt quite at ease.
Wow.
We'll have more time to spend together in the future.
Lovely. The red flower flows from your neck. Day 7. Now you can neither feel or think. Everything becomes dark. Oh, so he really did turn us into a doll. Wow. Your body and your skull are separated. He finds a new place after he takes your head and leaves the cabin. He carefully makes your head into a specimen, and your eyes are replaced with glass beads. You are made into a beautiful but also creepy doll, and he visits you often. You become his favorite work. You are with him forever in the form of art. Good ending! The first one! What? How am I getting only good endings? Okay, so I'm guessing flirting with him will unlock all of the good endings, and doing anything beforehand gets you only bad endings. So, now we just need to see what happens if we decide to go with him, but we don't grab his hand. Then you feel a pain in your back. The hand he is holding with around you has a sharp blade. He pierces your body with a sharp blade until you lose consciousness. Everything becomes dark, until just now you realize that you chose to follow because I want to follow him. This is the other ending. Oh. What? Maybe he kills us, then. You wake up from a nightmare and you're lying comfortably on a bed. You look around and find yourself in a cozy-looking room with specimens hanging on walls.
Are you alright?
The man asks as he opens the front door. I'm alright. 2 years after that night 2 years ago, even after you were shot in the leg, the two of you continued to run forward in the snow. Fortunately, the wind and snow were strong enough to cover up your whereabouts, so you were not caught. After that, you came to another remote mountainous area and rented another cabin to settle here.
Get up quickly. I will need your help in today's creation.
What? Yes, teacher. Huh?
Bring me the bone saw.
Okay.
Iron in the blood will trigger a luminol reaction. Any area with bloodstains outside should be wiped with hydrogen peroxide at least 3 times. Wiping blood-stained areas with hydrogen peroxide reduces the luminescence.
Oh, in case you don't know, spraying blood stains with, I think it's called luminol, will reveal where the bloodstains are.
But when it's dark, it still glows obviously to the naked eye. So, try not to leave bloodstains anywhere other than the basement.
Got it.
Good girl. You're learning fast.
He teaches you carefully, every step and every detail. You assist him in cleaning up crime scenes and assisting him in completing his creations. During the day, you pretend to be a good citizen under false identities. And at night, in a place where people can't see you, you create creations that are outraged by both humans and gods. The paranoia of art, the clean and neat killing methods, the cautious and intelligent thoughts, the neat and invisible crime scenes. You are obsessed with everything about him, and he is the person you long to follow. You long to become the second him under his leadership. He is a good mentor. Rather than pampering his discipline, he prefers to use guidance to let you learn freely. You've become a pawn that he is proud of. For him, you would do anything. Until an accident occurred while committing a crime, his legs were permanently injured and he could only walk with crutches since then. He is already in his 40s at this time, but you feel that traces of time make his elegance even more charming. Oh, he looks tired. Just when you think that the Bloody Painter's evil deeds had come to an end...
Take it. I have nothing left to teach you.
Teacher, what do you mean by
You
that?
seem to like this mask very much. I don't think I'll use it anymore, so I'll give it to you. What to do next is up to you.
He gives his mask to you. You look at the mask in your hands and seem to understand the meaning of the teacher's words. You think to yourself that maybe your encounter with him years ago was just for this moment. I won't disappoint you. The legend continues. Good ending! The third one, Master and Disciple. Okay, so we have managed to get every single good ending. And none of the bad ones. So I guess at this point we might as well just skip through and see if we can try and get some bad endings. Oh, let's knock over the meal. Yes, knock it over. Yell for help. Yell for help. Listen. Okay, we're gonna go to sleep. Okay, wait, I need to stop. He looks extremely displeased. You notice the mop and the bucket he brought with him. Who are you? Why did you abduct me? He starts to clean up, ignoring your questions. After a while, the dirty room became clean, and he doesn't forget to spray alcohol everywhere to disinfect when he's done. Okay. The first day passed. You feel very hungry. Sometimes when you're so hungry that your stomach hurts, you can only use your arms to press your stomach to relieve the pain. Oh. It's the third day already. The third day passed. There's a chill in your limbs. You can't muster any strength in your hands and feet. You need to replenish calories to maintain bodily functions or else you'll faint. Day 7? What the fuck? Okay, so making a mess seems to, like, speed up the process really quickly of getting to a bad ending. You're lying on the bed in a daze with only one breath left. In a trance, you hear the sound of heavy gates being opened one by one. And then it's the footsteps getting closer to you. I wonder if there's a way... No, I was gonna say, I wonder if there's a way to be in here and then the cops find you, but we already got all of the good endings. So I guess all of the other endings will be just us dying. But I also do want to see what happens if we make it upstairs and then try to leave with the traps. You feel that your body is in the air. It seems like someone has picked you up. You think, it would be great if it's the police coming to rescue. The possibility makes you fall asleep in peace. But it's not. But you never wake up again. Well, shit. Bad ending 1. Messy is unacceptable. I knew it. I knew it. Oh! Okay, hold up. I was speeding through I was trying to do the exact same thing that I did before. But I don't know where I went wrong. Because now we just have an empty plate, and that didn't happen last time. You check the keyhole. Oh, okay. This is what happened last time, too. Observe quietly. It's an artwork made out of a human body, not a human being. Okay. Okay, I think I've pushed everything back. I've made it back. We're on the right track again, I hope. Oh, cool, we can save right here, too. Okay, that's perfect. Because I do want to know what happens if we yell fuck or run away. But also, in order to get to the point where we go outside, I think we have to admire his artworks. Or I think we should admire his artworks. And, like, heal him and stuff. Okay, we're gonna shout fuck. What the hell are these sick stuff? So disgusting! You say all the curse words you can think of in your life. You raise your fist and smash it against the glass cabinet, but stop just before your fist hits it. Your wrist is grabbed by someone. Oh my gosh. Before you realize it, the man is already standing behind you.
The last thing I welcome is an uneducated person like you.
You feel a twinge in your abdomen, and then the red warm liquid flows out. He kills you, and he cleans up the scene carefully. After dissolving you with strong acid, he buries you in the garden. Okay, what the fuck? Second ending, you're not even good enough to be material. Ah! That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna load into day 2 and try to run away. You look for a door to escape everywhere, we just can't find any. With an idea, you lie on the wall and start tapping, trying to find if there's a secret hidden passage. Just when you're tapping, someone covers your face with a small towel from behind. You pass out after struggling for 2 to 3 minutes. You're back in the small room when you wake up. There's no such chance after that. You can only eat the meal he sends every day and wait for the 7th day to come. Ooh. Bad ending 3, lamb to the slaughter. Okay, we're getting through these endings pretty quickly, actually. Admire the artworks. Okay, we're gonna save here again. We're gonna see what happens if we attack him and if we can't do it. You turn around and quickly try to stab him with a surgical knife. Okay, so it just happened. Okay, you get ending 3, I think. He seems to already know you would do that and hold you down quickly.
Indeed pretending.
Oh. Yeah, you only eat the meal he sends every day and wait for the 7th day to come. Okay, that makes sense. Oh! That ending 4, smartass. Let's say we can't do it. You can't hurt innocent people even if it's a corpse. But if you don't cut it, the man will know you're just pretending to admire his artworks to survive. After struggling with your thoughts, you drop the knife in your hand in fear.
You are indeed pretending.
Oh, okay, so we get the same ending here. Ending 4, smartass. Wait, bad ending 5, too soft-hearted. What? Don't you get the chance to escape twice upstairs, I think? I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, okay, here you get the chance... wait, I forgot! We can also try... Okay, I'm gonna save here because we can also... I wanted to see what happens if we try to feed him human meat, but I feel like that'll give us like another ending. That's like more endings than I can think of, I guess. Let's take the opportunity to escape. If you don't run away now, then when? You open the door and find a forest with heavy snow outside. You remember why you came here. You were traveling alone. In the evening, your car hit a deer on the forest road and then stalled. With no cell phone signal in the deep mountains, you walked on the road for 30 minutes until it got dark. Also, tip for anyone who has an iPhone, I'm sure Android probably already has this, but there's a way to use satellites to contact people. You just have to go into your settings and then go into satellite mode. Usually if there's no signal, a little satellite will appear at the upper right hand, like, corner of your phone, and that'll let you know that there's a satellite nearby that you can, like, point. Yeah, I guess you have to, like, activate it in your settings, and then you point your phone at the satellite whenever you try and send messages or call people for help. So, pro tip, if there is no signal and you are in an emergency situation. You walk on the road for 30 minutes until it got dark. Then you saw the lights of a cabin in the forest and decided to ask the occupants for help. That's when you witnessed that scene. You witnessed a man wearing a mask dragging a corpse into the cabin, and unfortunately, you were discovered by the man. Okay. So that's what he meant by you witnessed, like, a murder scene. You ran wildly on the mountain road, but the man was more familiar with the terrain than you were, and he quickly got in front of you and knocked you out. Then, when you opened your eyes, you were in the underground secret room. But this time, the man fell ill on the couch and there was no one to stop you. You crossed the gate with confidence, but after you only take a few steps, a sharp pain hits your calf, and you look down at the blood-red stain on the snow. Just now you realize that there are a lot of bear traps placed around the cabin, and it was difficult for you to identify them because they were covered by the snow. The unstoppable pain makes you fall towards the snow in front of you. As more bear traps are triggered, you are no longer you. You are an unrecognizable piece of flesh. The snow has dyed even brighter red, and you can only wait for the wolves to eat up your remains. Damn. Bad ending. 6 out of 6. Beware of the traps. Okay, so that's what happens. Wait a minute. I forgot there was a locked box we could look at. There's a box with a combination lock on the shelf. What? What the fuck is this? What the hell? What's the passcode? What's the passcode? Oh! What if it's 1980? Oh my gosh, that was the year he was born. Wait, okay. 1980. Okay, October 1st, 19... Fuck. Oh, it's only... Okay. What the fuck is the password? Gosh, I don't freaking know! I just realized I had my turbo fan on this entire time because I didn't want my computer to overheat. So, I really apologize if you guys could hear it and it sounded really loud. It probably did. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Also, I just found out that this game is on Steam, and I guess there's stuff to collect on Steam, so I'm kind of sad that I'm playing it on itch.io, but, like, low-key, I will go through Steam and play it again just to get all the achievements and shit. Okay, wait. I was really close. Someone online said the code is October 1st, which I did do, but I didn't do a 0 in front of the 1. There's a note in the box that says... I wonder what it means. Huh. What does it mean? Okay, wait. I can also ask loudly and ask carefully? Fuck. Okay, we're gonna save this as well. Ask loudly. I have a question! You say with a super loud voice.
I'm not Van Gogh. I have ears to hear.
Damn.
What is it?
Oh, I guess he doesn't really mind. I never asked about potted plants before. I saw many potted plants on the shelves in the living room, but why were they all withered?
I have tried my best. I don't know why they always die.
It's because you kill people, that's why. Now I want to know what happens if we... Jeez. We said thanks for the compliment last time, but what if we say stop, this is terrible?
I was so immersed in talking about art that I didn't consider your feelings.
Oh. From an artistic point of view, it's a good idea, but you're describing my real corpse. It still scares me.
I'll be careful next time.
Huh? There's still a next time? Why did he say at first? Has his mind changed? Okay. Well, in that case, end conversation. Alright, here's the part where we Make him
because you
a
witnessed the
human
crime
meat
scene.
dish. Can I try cooking human flesh?
Are you serious? Why do you do that?
I'm quite curious about the taste of human flesh. Haven't you been curious about
No,
it?
never thought of it.
Jeez. This also helps you get rid of unnecessary material, doesn't it?
I do have some useless cuts of meat in the basement freezer.
Wow. Great!
By the way, I won't eat it.
He says, but still takes you to the basement to open the freezer and takes out a piece of human thigh meat. You turn on the oven and start to cook. BP watches the entire production process. Rather than worrying about you escaping, he's more worried about you blowing up the kitchen. Not long after, a roasted human thigh steak appears on the table. He stares at the human steak on the table and has no intention of eating. Huh? What's wrong?
You go ahead and eat. I have no appetite.
Fine. You cut the human steak into a size that fits your mouth and put a piece into your mouth. The human flesh tastes firm, very chewy, and has a distinct beefy flavor. It tastes a bit like venison. I've heard it tastes a bit like pig. Although it's delicious, it's difficult to chew, so you chew it for a very long time. BP frowns and sits aside, watching you eating with gusto. It's really delicious. Wouldn't you like some?
No.
He continues to watch you eating with gusto. At this point, your fork accidentally falls to the ground. You bend down to pick up the fork that has fallen to the bottom of the table, then raise your head to continue eating. You look at your plate and notice there seems to be a piece of meat missing.
Not bad.
Did you say something?
Nothing.
What? He licks his fingertips and says, You had a fairly pleasant afternoon. Oh my gosh, we didn't turn this man into a cannibal.
Hey!
Okay, so that is where I will leave things for us. We have done everything that I wanted to figure out. This was very interesting. I actually had a really great time with this visual novel, and usually I like playing, I guess, visual novels on my own time and not really like filming them because I don't know, for some reason I seem to get really bored if I'm doing it for like a YouTube video or for stream. But this one was a lot of fun! A link to the game will be in the description below, both itch.io and Steam, but I would recommend if you play it on Steam so you can get those achievements or whatever you get, maybe. Oh shoot, I forgot. We need to figure out what that link is. Someone on Reddit said to do it after typing like YouTube. youtube.com/watch. Okay, let's get rid of the quotation marks. I think this might be it. Is this it? What? So, art. Wait, is this gonna get copyrighted? I hope not. Comments are off! What? Why? Wait. There's a Google Drive file. What is this? Guys, what is this? Chat, what is this? Information on patient Henry Otis, born October 1st. Oh, this is the guy. Also, I think this is a creepypasta, which I didn't realize. His mother is an elementee. During a quarrel between Otis and his classmate Tom Stephen on the roof of his school, Stephen fell off the school building and died. Witness pointed out that Otis was the culprit, but he was not convicted due to lacking evidence. The October 30th, 1994, Otis assaulted the residents of the student dormitory, resulting in 17 deaths and 5 injured. Victims are mostly classmates of Otis. Otis lost memory of the incidents afterwards. What the fuck? Middle school quarrel turned into tragedy. It was January 13th, 1994. Student is now under treatment in a local hospital. No more death to come. There's so much stuff here. Middle school. Student attacks local dormitory. 17 deaths and 5 injured. Oh, this is Otis. Oh, Dr. Elmer Christopher's notebook. Oh, is this the guy that he was in the picture with? Student dormitory in a private middle school is located at blank. Fell victim to an attempted mass murder on the night of October 30th. The culprit is a 14-year-old student from the same school who fell unconscious at the scene and was arrested soon after. Victims are all classmates of the culprit, according to their families. Considering the death count, the police suspects that an accomplice was involved. More details will be coming soon. Appointment with Henry Otis at 2 p.m. This is already the 3rd appointment. He has still said nothing. Everyone in his photos have oddly bright smiles as if they are model families shown in commercials. The neighbors have had nothing but praise with regards to the family. Otis's parents wanted to meet their son, but Otis rejected their requests. When asked about his family, Henry. It looks like Helen. Like, every time I see it, it looks like Helen. I thought it was Henry. It is Henry, isn't it? Henry Otis? Never mind. I'm stupid. This does say Helen. Oh. Following public concerns of man going by the female named Helen. Oh. Oh, Helen's childhood as he was raised like a girl is brought into question. Some suspected that Helen's confusion of his own gender motivated his crime, and numerous users on the web followed up with various outlandish theories. However, he never questioned his own gender. He could calmly explain his thoughts when asked about his gender directly. From what I can determine, his gender identity closely conforms that of an agender person, though most people have learned real cause was far from so. Happy birthday, Sam. People pointed the blame towards Helen's parents, insisting his family was the reason behind the crime and that he was a victim under a harsh family environment. The Otis residence was thrived and covered in paint. Oh, invaded. And covered in paint. His parents couldn't bear the harassment and soon moved out. His mother resigned as a teacher. Helen seemed to like chocolate a lot. He apparently picked out all of the chocolate before the basket was carried out. I probably shouldn't have told him that the hospital would be passing out candies on Halloween. 3 years passed. Mr. Anderson held a tour publicly to talk about her son's crime. Miss Anderson. From the perspective of the culprit's parents, her eloquence brought many to tears, and she even published a book due to that success. Tomorrow is Sam's death anniversary. Remember to buy perfume, Lily. He loves them very much. If Sam is still alive, he would probably be around Helen's age. I really miss you, kid. I'm seeing an increase in Miss Anderson's defenders. It's likely a result of her popular books and speeches. Since the public no longer suspected Helen's parents for failure in education, they directed their blames back on Helen and began seeing him and his intentions as simply evil. Helen will be discharged from the hospital March 10th, 2001. He always behaved well in the hospital, but I have a feeling that I'm actually missing something, I think, and then it looks like the page was torn out. 5 corpses discovered in horrific remote cabin. Yesterday, police discovered a wooden cabin in X containing 5 corpses hanging from the ceiling. Investigation revealed that the suspect is Helen Otis, who previously committed a mass murder in October 1994. 2 of the corpses have been identified as Judy George and Maggie Wang, both of whom were Otis's previous classmates and survivors of the mass murder of 1994. According to their families, George and Wang suddenly went missing last month. Police have also uncovered numerous unnerving paintings made from the victim's blood, along with a basement containing numerous sculptures made from preserved human limbs. Oh, this is a layout of the cabin, I guess. Basement 1. I guess this is where blood was found. Maybe these are the freezers where bodies are kept. There's 6 of them. What the fuck does this mean, though? 40, 65, 6C, 6C, 6F, 54, 68, 65, 72, 65, 3A, 29. And here's a website that they have. Home Start History Stories. You found me. Cool. Well, here's the creepypasta. It is a creepypasta. Okay, so I guess I'll also have a link to the creepypasta in the link in the description below, because I'm not gonna read that right now with you guys. It might be really long. Creepy. Oh, you know what? This is probably the creepypasta, but translated to Japanese, I'm guessing. Wow, it goes all the way back to 2013. Holy shit. Okay, I'm just gonna include a link to this website as well in the description, because this is all super, super cool. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye!